In this tutorial, I'm going to go through the basics of Adobe After Effects. I will explain where everything is located and how to go about editing video clips in this program. While Premiere Pro or any other video editor is used to edit multiple clips together to make a video, After Effects is used to edit one clip with multiple layers. People often refer to After Effects as the Photoshop for video. Objects can be removed, tracked, cut out, and multiple videos and layers can be stacked on top of each other. So let's look at the layout. When we open After Effects and create a new project, this is what our program is going to look like. Now, the first thing that we're going to want to do is to save our project. The project doesn't save automatically, so go to File, Save As, and save your file. Our project window is located to the left, and this is where all of our files, objects, and compositions will be located. To bring in files, we can drag and drop into our project window, or we can go to File, Import, File. To organize this window, we can right-click to create folders and drag our files inside. To create a composition from one of our clips, we can click on our video or file and drag it down to this icon. We can also right-click on our clip and click New Comp from Selection. We can also create a composition without anything in it. To do this, we can click on our Create Composition icon, right-click on our project window, New Composition, or go Composition, New Composition. If you create a composition without anything in it, you'll be asked to name the composition and to select the appropriate settings. I wouldn't worry about these settings too much right away. I would just select the frame rate of your clip or 24 frames per second. A composition is similar to a sequence inside of Premiere Pro. It will allow us to edit our clip and add layers to it. Our project can have multiple compositions, just like a Premiere Pro project can have multiple sequences. Each composition will be only one clip wide and have multiple layers. You can have multiple compositions open at one time. You can switch in between those compositions here. To exit out of a composition, hit the X button, and to open a composition, double-click on it. If we want to trim our clip inside our composition, we can drag the beginning and end of our clip inward. If you need to make your composition larger to fit your whole clip, you can right-click on your composition, Composition Settings, and then make your duration longer. To get rid of this extra space here, we need to reset our in and out points. We can do this by dragging this bar on top until it lines up with our clip. Then go up to Composition, Trim Comp to Work Area. So we talked about how each composition can have multiple layers. Let's add a text layer to our composition. We can do that by clicking on our text icon and then onto our screen. We can now see that a new layer has been created in our composition. This is our text right here. To change the order of our layers, we can click and drag our text layer underneath our video layer. Now let's put it back on top and edit our text layer. Make sure this text icon is selected and highlight our text. We can use our character and paragraph windows to our right to edit our text. If you don't have these windows, you can access them through the Windows tab. Select Character and Paragraph. To change our After Effects layout, we can go to Workspace and select the option that we want. I am using Default. So like Premiere Pro, we can adjust the size, opacity, and position of our layers. Unlike Premiere Pro, this is not located under Effect Controls, but instead under the drop-down beside our layer. If we go to our text layer and hit the drop-down, Transform, we can change controls like rotation, scale, and position. We can also add keyframes to these controls. This will allow our text to increase in size over time or move. To do this, we can hit the stopwatch icon beside Scale, then move our playhead ahead and increase the scale. This will automatically add a keyframe to our timeline. To play this back, we can hit the spacebar. The text now increases in size. Effect Controls comes into play when you add an effect to a layer. The effect window can be found on the right side of your screen. Effects can be added by dragging and dropping onto your layer. If we drag and drop this Gaussian blur effect onto our layer, we can adjust this effect in Effect Controls or under the Effects drop-down under our video layer. A clip can be color corrected by dragging Lumetri color onto our clip and then adjusting it under Effect Controls. Sometimes, in order to edit a layer the way we want, we have to open it up into a new window. To do this, we can double-click on our layer. This will open it up in a new window, and we can then switch back and forth between our composition and our layer. To exit our layer, hit the X. To use some tools like the Rotobrush tool, which allows you to paint around your object and select it, you must first open up your layer in a new window. The tool will not work until you do this. some effects and tools will open up the layer in a new window automatically, like the tracker tool. It is important to understand that layers can and will be opened up in a new window when you are working on them. To zoom in or move around inside of our clip, we can increase our magnification, hold the spacebar, and use our mouse to move around. If we zoom in on our timeline, we can then move through our video frame by frame. We can also do this by using the page up and page down keys. This is really handy when you're trying to create and track a mask. Masks are used a lot in After Effects. A mask allows an effect to be added to a certain area. It also allows objects to be cut out or removed, text to be animated, and is a staple in many special effects. Masks can be created in After Effects similarly to Premiere Pro. To create a mask, click on the layer that you want to mask, and then go up to the toolbar. We can create masks with these shapes or the pen tool. If our layer is not selected, these tools will actually create a shape layer instead. Select the pen tool and click around your subject to add points. Once this is finished, we can see that the only thing that is visible is the mask that we created. To change this view, click the drop-down beside your layer, Mask, and change the view to Subject or None. I usually change around between these views. All of your mask settings are located under this drop-down. A lot of times in After Effects, after we create a mask, we will need to track it. This is because the video or our subject may move. If we don't track the mask, it won't be where we want it throughout our video. I am going to end this tutorial here, but if you would like to learn more about creating and tracking masks, I have a tutorial on that right here. After Effects can be a really daunting program to learn, and I hope this tutorial made it a little bit easier. If you are interested in learning more about After Effects, I recommend that you check out tutorials related to masking, tracking text, and rotoscoping. Thank you so much for watching this video. If it helped you, be sure to give it a like, and I'll see you in the next one.